I don't know why my video camera keeps cutting off, so I'm going to make this a three-parter. And anyways, they claiming the other 7 members were, had never been in trouble with the law. Now, this is the... And anyways, so, the media, by and large, had a field day with this. They just accepted the law enforcement. By and large, they just accepted the law enforcement's version of what happened at face value. Black Lives Matter, which is an organization that I normally supported, they had a field day with this. They took the narrative that the police gave, uncritically accepted it, and just used it to promote how this was a quintessential example of, white privilege, and, they didn't bother looking through all the mug shots. About 22% of these guys were not even white. 3 of the guys that were killed weren't even white. They just accepted, they look at pictures and say, "Ooh, look at that picture. It looks like, that law enforcement officer is just, standing there drinking, letting that guy drink water and talk on his cell phone. They're having a friendly chat together." They didn't see what happened before. They just don't know the context of everything. They've got their little political agenda. So anyways, so it takes, I think, it takes a while for them to finally get one of these guys to trial. Jake Carazal, and that wound up ending in like a mistrial. So they start dropping, the Abel Reyna. He was the joker behind all these arrests. Rather than just focusing on a minority of bikers who you can make strong evidence against, he had this, just had this crazy idea that, that all these guys were involved in this conspiracy to commit murder, and charged most of them with that. And it was just crazy. The team of special prosecutors came in. They said, "No, that's crazy. There really isn't evidence to support that. Most of these guys shouldn't have been arrested. So you don't have to take my word for it." So this other guy, he comes in, he kicks Abel Reyna's ass in the district attorney's race. And a lot of these charges finally start to get dropped. I mean, the vast majority of them start to get dropped. And this is after over 2.5 years. So if it's a privilege, having serious felony charges hanging over your head for over 2.5 years when you're innocent, which is what probably the vast majority of these guys were. Well, if that's a privilege, and I admit as a white guy I have white privilege, but if that's a privilege, that's certainly not a privilege that I want. Well, recently they dropped the remaining charges against the remaining 24 that I think they had reintroduced charges against for inciting a riot or something like that. And so anyways, they wound up dropping all those charges. They said, "Look, this has been going on too long.